Welcome to Art Galaxy, the place where you want to learn how to draw art or improve your art style. Please like and subscribe and support our channel.
Hello everybody, and welcome to my first episode of whatever this is. My name is Star, and I'm going to be covering basic human anatomy. Well, this first thing I'm doing, basic human anatomy. It's just a short disclaimer that when I say typically things are like this, doesn't mean they have to be, okay? Like, your bodies can be whatever you want, and I'm going to go over a few different body shapes, and I'm going to start with female body shapes, and then go on to males, because I'm a lot better with female body shapes. So, I'm going to start here. Typically, oh, that is not the right brush size, sorry guys. Typically, females are more curvy. I'm not saying they have to be, and I'm not saying that in terms of, like, chests. Okay, so just circles. And you want to make lines for where things are. Oh, yeah, and in humans, no matter, like, things, typically, I'm not saying always, I'm just saying typically, the shoulders and the hips are no wider than the shoulders. Mostly. Okay, so once you have these weird looking things, you want to connect the neck to the body. And something I see that happens so often that just is really aggravating is people just do this. Or like that. Please don't do that. What you should do is connect. Oh, that's a monster right there. Okay. This is not a good example, but connect the neck like this with the neck, and then you can draw in the shoulder lines. And that way, it looks a little more human. Please forgive my style if it's not the most realistic, because I have more of a manga-ish style. And so, then you want to draw the line of action, which is basically the floor, like that. That's our line of action right now. And for the arms, there's this little thingy here, which pretty much connects the arm to the body. And you just kind of, and they're more like ovally things. I'll cover hands, don't worry, if you don't really know how to draw hands. You don't. Also, you don't need to copy this exactly. Just know that oval, circle, oval, and hand. There. Also, please don't make your arms just flat, sticky shapes. Like that. There's muscle that needs to be accounted for. See, because in biceps, you got bicep muscle right here, even if you're not muscly. For elbows, you got your little elbow joints. See, this arms have arms. Arms are arms, okay? You got your arms. It's kind of an hourglass shape when it comes to bellies, but I will go over more belly shapes because, trust me, it's not everyone has, you know what I'm saying. And for legs, you don't want to just you always want to sketch in the shape of your legs, starting with where the torso ends and where the legs begin and where the middle of in between that is. Because torsos are shaped pretty much like that, and then the legs start. And you can put one leg in front of the other, and typically they're also ovals, like the arms, like that. And I'm going to go ahead and sketch in the other leg behind it so you can see them. And the kneecaps are like triangles. Just draw some triangles in. And that might help you get your kneecap shape a little better. Then for feet, basically the shape of feet, I give my characters pretty big bodies. Just kind of a little... Feet go forward. Feet don't always do this. To make them go forward, draw a circle and that, and then connect them however you feel fit. So yeah. And now for like bodies that aren't quite so hourglassy. You want to take into account that the basic structure, I'm not even going to draw the head because I have trouble with that, is still the same. You're still going to start off with 2 circles, like this. And the arms would be here and there, but that's behind it. Girls have chests. Come on, it's human. By the way, backs don't just be straight. They kind of have a little bend here because, yeah. Wow, I'm so good at this whole socialing thing. And so it can be like that. It can be like this. See, you just kind of make it bigger. Just make this circle come up more. And the thighs connect here. Alright? Also, something I want to touch on that's kind of a thing that I see people doing all the time with chests. Let me just draw a basic shape of a human female. Alright. Is that... Let me just make something clear real fast. The chest is not attached to your armpits. It starts here. You better stop! Goes like that. I hope that makes a little bit of sense, at least. So yeah, that's basically the human girl, female. Yeah, you know. I'm so sorry if I'm not making much sense. Okay. Disclaimer, I'm not the best with drawing dudes, so you want to look at reference pictures all the time. Just references, please. They don't have to be in the exact pose you're drawing, just look at references. I know everyone says this, but it helps. Like, it really... Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and draw in semi the same pose. For when you draw guys, they're more blocky. I'm not saying they have to be. I'm not saying guys have to be. It can't be curvy. But typically, that's just what their bodies do. Because of genetics or whatever. I'm not sure. I'm not a scientist. Please don't tell me I'm a scientist. I'm not a scientist. So, again, block in the shapes with squares usually gets it a lot better. You use squares, okay? Squares and triangles instead of circles. Like that. And then you can connect them. A little thing about dudes, typically their shoulders are going to be more broad than their hips. In girls, it's the other way around. Hips are more likely to be as broad as the shoulders, or maybe a little bit bigger. But it's the opposite, or it's the opposite with not girls. I'm Englishing so well right now. And the same square thing goes with legs. You also want to draw in the torso the same way we do with the girls. Again, I'm not saying this is what they have to be. I'm just saying that typically this is what they look like. Alright. And typically legs have muscle that need to be accounted for. Just because they're less curvy doesn't mean there isn't muscle in there. But there's muscle in there. please take account of the fact that there's muscle in there. Thank you. Whoa, those feet are really derpy, but you know how to draw feet, so I'm gonna leave them there so we can touch on the arms. The arms still have the arms still connect the same way, obviously. And again, they're more square-shaped than female arms. Can you tell how good I am at English? I'm sorry if you can hear my dog, by the way. They're more blocky. Just gonna draw him being like this, being like a fear. Like a that kind of a thing. Alright, now we're moving on to the head. Again, you want to make the neck a thing. Don't just do that, because that might make it a little bit hard for you. Draw in the neck. And the heads have that circle. The heads have the circle, but technically, in chins for guys, let me just draw this in. No, actually, I'm going to touch on faces after, in a different video. I think. Maybe not a different video. I don't control that. I just control what I send the person that runs this channel. Who is watching this. Hi, Fox. So yeah, like that. And body shapes. There are different body shapes that you probably need to get used to if you're gonna draw a lot. Like, you don't have to research all this, but it will greatly help you to know. You know what I'm saying. Again, it has the same basic structure, the same way you do the legs, except possibly bigger. And arms can be a bit bigger. And just make the circle, well, this is a triangle, so you kind of make it a circle. And there's a little bit of squishy pillowness here on the chest too, and that's okay. And it doesn't have to be like this. Nothing, it's art. It's art, okay? You can do however you want. I'm not saying you have to art one way. Just, please don't sue me. So yeah, that's basically that for you. What else did I do here? Nothing. Yeah, this has been Basic Human Anatomy. One more time for the people in the back. You draw in, this goes with females too. You draw in the basic shape, which are typically in things like cubes and stuff. Cubes and circles. My dog is knocking at my door. I'll let her in after this. And then connect them. And I struggle to draw necks here. I apologize for my innate ability to neck and head. But yeah, you got that. This has been Basic Human Anatomy with Star.